Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. So we made it up to the R-ball 3. I think this is the R-ball. It's either the open or the R-ball. Might be the open. It's the open. Okay, 14.3 open. And flattened out. 63.43, 63.45. But the SPX got up to 63.04.27. It's daily 3. And the NQ sort of got into this fuzzy world of nowhere land between the 2 and the 3, between the weekly, between the monthly, and outside its quarterly threes, which is a little bit concerning. So there's Netflix tonight after the open, or excuse me, after the close. That's not the open, the close, but daily, right? So Netflix is reporting, so that carried, I think, NQ up a little bit today. So we're still in earnings. So just keep an eye on that tomorrow. Remember, we've got the max pain dropping to 6,100, which is way down here. We're at monthly too, so that's 240 point move down there if it makes it all the way. And then again, Monday and Tuesday the same thing, right? Lower max pain, and then Wednesday they bring it back up. So we've got a small window of weakness, and we'll see how the market, addresses that. $88 billion in tariffs, though, may obviate the sell-off. They had 29 billion reported today, and then they just made an announcement that by August 1st it's going to be 88 billion. That is insane. We're raking in the money. We made a surplus for the first time in so many decades. This month, or in June, or this month, a couple of weeks ago they announced it. So, you know, it's definitely going to be beneficial for the country and for the GDP because we're going to get the manufacturing back, we're going to get people employed, and hopefully it's not all pass through costs on consumers. Um, and hopefully the tariffs will come down to a nominal amount, like the 10%, just to carry the cost of production in the United States. And that way it won't even be passed on to the consumer. I think the um, manufacturer will absorb that cost. So, because they're going to get the tax breaks. If you bring your manufacturing to the United States, you're going to get a tax break. You're not going to get taxes. So it's a win-win-win-win. Um, and I think that's what's carrying this market. And also, you know, Powell was, talking out of his ass again today. He had a press conference, telling people that he's not raising rates because they want to watch the data. I mean, they're so full of shit. I think everybody is seeing straight through the crap, and he's definitely on his way out. So I think he's the only one. Just it's like they think that they're Superman or Kryptonite or something and can just stay in office forever like Mitch McConnell. It's crazy. You have to get them out, and we need term um, structures, and we need to be able to get the president of the United States to be able to take out a Fed chair if they want. It's ridiculous. There's no such thing as independence. When they stand up to a microphone in Portugal and tell the global central bankers not to worry about the tariffs, he's got their backs, and he'll give them liquidity swaps so that they don't have any, ill effects from the tariffs. That is in direct contravention of the entire effort of the President of the United States to negotiate trade deals with these global trading partners. It is insane, the arrogance. He has the authority to change what the President of the United States is trying to accomplish. I mean, if that's not, a national security issue, I don't know what is. It's crazy why that man hasn't resigned already. Or, been fired. I would have fired him. I wouldn't have cared. I would have said, you're out of here. But anyway, the market's doing great. The economy's doing great. We're, trying to get back on a footing. And it's going to lift all boats. That's the crazy part about this. It's not like, we're going to be on an island and everybody else is going to sink. When the U.S. does well, it's going to lift everybody up with it. So we need a Federal Reserve chair that's going to turn off the spigot to the foreign central banks and have the banks start lending to the people. Give the people the money to grow businesses and to grow GDP on the smaller scale. It can't just be conglomerates. You can't knock out all the community banks, and that's what they were doing, all the regionals and community banks, and then usurp the powers of one or two national banks. That is not the way that this country should be run. And that's the way that the global cabal has been pushing us to that centralized governance that they control on their authority, not the American voters' authority. How dare they come into America and think that they can have that type of power? No, you can't. It's like a takeover. It really is. I mean, I don't know how else you can think about it. I mean, I may be, you know, shocking some of you people listening to this, but it is a takeover. I mean, you come in and try to, with your authority, say that you're going to give them all the liquidity swap that they need so that they don't have to have any concern about the tariffs. Why would they even bother negotiating? Powell's going to cover us. Um, so it is not good. He's got to go. We need somebody that's going to have, the best interests of the country, not the best interests of the global central banks. I'm sorry. And we need the money to start going to the people of the United States of America, not to the global central bankers. It's got to change. We need a regime change and a new way of thinking about this, and they passed the Genius Act. So that's going to be a huge step in the right direction about getting the money flowing again, and offering investment vehicles on many different levels to many different levels of investors can participate in that and hopefully grow some wealth and you know be productive in society. And that's what we want. We want everybody productive, not just Americans. We do want everyone to participate in this, but we also want to participate as well. It can't just be let everybody else have a great time. We have to be able to get ourselves lifted up too. Like right now, we're flat on our backs, and they know it. So we've got to change this. All right, enough preaching, and let it play out. Right now, it's playing out where the market's coming down off of our daily three. Weekly is 63.30. I don't think we'll get there. We're in our monthly ones right now. Sort of robbed these stops and it's fallen back down. 63.17, 95, so 63.20. Maybe for that second monthly one, if it reaches it, and it may not, that may be their stop. But S&P 500 63.17 and 63.81 or 63.89 for the EL. I just don't think it's going to get up there. Maybe it is, but that will be next week. I think for this week, we're going to pull back a little bit. But again, it'll be real easy to tell because anything above the level that we're sitting at now is going to be a breakout. So it won't be hard to tell. All right, guys, sorry for preaching at you. I just get so angry that the arrogance of these people that are put in power like this, and they really show their mettle when they get in front of microphones and you allow them to start talking like me. Figure it out pretty quick where we all stand. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Have a good night.